Happy Saturday, First Congregational friends. For the second week in a row, I'm coming to you from my home podcasting/video casting studio known as Eden Tree Studio. And I have a very special guest with me this week. Mark Lindberg, what are you doing here?
Well, this Sunday I'll be preaching.
Excellent. I like this Sunday even more.
You can take it
Great,
off.
I could take it off. Yes, maybe I will. Okay. Well, before we get to this, I want to hear about what you're going to be preaching on. But before we get to this, we do have our start out things with a Bible trivia question. But this Thanksgiving, let's do a little Thanksgiving. Let's shake things up a little
Sounds
bit.
good.
Yeah. So the Thanksgiving holiday trivia question is, what tradition that is normally associated with Thanksgiving, that being turkey, what did people eat before they ate turkey as the main Thanksgiving tradition? People always ate some turkey, but the main dish they ate was not turkey. It was something else. Stay tuned for the rest at the end of the podcast. So, well, back to more important things. That is your sermon. Now, I can just imagine how stressful it must be to preach on this particular Sunday, because we're headed towards this time of, reminding to be thankful and grateful for the abundance of God's blessings. And yet when you turn on the news, like the last thing you're thinking about is abundance and blessing, right?
That's right.
Now, how do you hold this all together?
Well, that's exactly what we'll be looking at, Eric, is a lot of us have a temptation to almost shut down or become hardened. And so we'll be looking at ways of expanding the heart and looking at tenderness.
Tenderness. So you're saying that tenderness could be as good for us in our hearts as it is for that Thanksgiving turkey. You got to keep
exactly
it,
right.
Keep it juicy, both juicy.
Yes, exactly. And if we are people that have the courage to stay tender, that can lead to compassion, which leads to justice. So we'll be blending in some indigenous wisdom and ways of expressing gratitude.
Great. Well, that sounds very interesting. I won't be there, but I'll likely be tuning in. So fantastic. Well, and also now this Sunday, because it is Thanksgiving, we recognize that people are out of town. We don't have a lot going on
That's
Sunday
right.
besides worship, but we'll have some great music though, and great preaching. And then, but the following Sunday we have our first Sunday of Advent. It's already here.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, and so we'll start with there'll be a new worship series called Christmas in 5 Carols, which really looks at 5 carols, some of which you will be very familiar and some of which will be unfamiliar, and how they convey the prominent themes of the Advent season, like hope, peace, love, and joy. It'll be a very interesting series, and we'll also have some congregational events, like what's happening on November 30th.
On the 30th, we want to welcome children, families, all comers to stay and decorate the tree on the chancel after worship.
Fantastic. And then that's just kind of the prep for then the following Sunday is a big deal.
Advent Festival on December 7th.
Yeah, now I've never experienced that. I'm not quite a year coming here. So what is the Advent Festival all about?
It's one of our most treasured annual traditions as a church family, where after worship down in the fellowship hall and atrium spaces, we'll be doing craft making, swags, candle dipping. There'll be food to eat, finger foods, and all are welcome. It's a great opportunity to invite friends.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sounds good. Well, more details to follow, but yeah, we've got lots planned for Advent. That's just the beginning. So more about that in future weeks. But I think we've come around to the end, and our trivia question: what was the main dish that Americans ate that wasn't turkey before really the 20th century? Mark, you know the answer to this.
Yes, I do. So in New England and the Mid-Atlantic states, the main tradition was chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie. That never occurred to me to serve for Thanksgiving. That's good.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Yeah. All right. Well, the Ellis family is actually we're diverting from all that tradition this year. We're serving barbecue brisket.
Oh, so I might want to be coming over here.
new Thanksgiving tradition. So yeah, we're getting radical this year. So, well, great. Well, I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving weekend, and hope you can join Mark on Sunday, and then the following weekend I'll be back in the pulpit for the beginning of Advent. See you soon.